ECDL Advanced, Word, Lesson 22, Section Headers and Footers. Each section in a document can have different headers and footers. Headers and footers can be omitted from the first page of a document if desired, and different ones can be applied to odd and even pages. We have open the document called Headers. This file, if you scroll down yours, you'll find it consists of a front page and 4 chapters. We're going to assign individual headers and footers to various sections within this document. Now, as you're scrolling down, if you do see text that's been repeated, just ignore it. This is just purely for demonstration purposes. Now, we're going to be putting in 4 different breaks, one to separate sections. One of them is the end of page 1, which is over here. Now, if you remember, to sort out the section breaks, we do layout, breaks, and we'd like a continuous break there. Next, let's move to the end of chapter 1, and we wish to put another continuous break there as well. Next, if we go to the end of chapter 2, break, continuous break, and finally the end of chapter 3. Next, select the Page Setup Launcher from the Page Layout tab. Select the Layout tab across the top, and first thing we want to do in the Headers and Footers section, check in different odd and even, and also in different first page. Towards the bottom you'll see the preview section. At the moment this says apply to selected sections. Please change this to apply to whole document and then press OK. Now let's move to page 1 of the document, and then I want to insert a header and insert a footer. So we're going to go insert footer and then edit footer down here. Now what I'd like to do on this first page is to put a date in the center. So to get to the center, press tab and you'll see the cursor will move to the middle of the footer, and then press date and time up here and pick whichever one you like. I'm going to go for this one and press OK. So we've dealt with the footer for the first page. Next, I'd like to go to the header for this page. So click on Go to Header. And the fact is I don't want there to be a header on this page. So therefore, if we click on Next, it will take us to the next page, which is the even page number for section 2, as mentioned here. First of all, click Link to Previous. This will break the automatic link to the first page header. Now, with the cursor to the left of the header, what we'd like to do is to put in the word History, which is the name of the chapter, and then change it so the font is Arial and also it is bold. Then we wish to move to the footer for this page. So go to Footer. On the left of the page I wish to put the page number. So click on Page Number, Current Position, Plain Number. Now you'll see at the moment that this says same as previous. So don't forget to press the Link to Previous to break that link to the previous page. So we've dealt with the even page numbers, but now let's start looking at the header. So go to Header, and this time Next, because we're moving now to the odd numbers, and we're going to essentially put in exactly the same details, but they're going to be on the right hand side of the page. So on the right hand side of the page, and I just press tab twice to get to the right hand side of the footer, I'm going to put in the name of the chapter, which is history, and again don't forget it wants to be Arial and bold. Then let's move to the footer for this page. What we want is the page number to go on the right hand side of the page. So press tab again, and this time press page number, as we did before, current position, plain number, and you'll find that's on the right of the page. Now, one thing I did forget to do, both for the header and footer, is I didn't untick the link to previous. So let's take that off down there, and let's also get into the footer and change that so it's not linked to the previous. Now, your job is to create different headers for each section. So for section 3, that's chapter 2, the header, the house, should be at the right on odd pages and at the left on even pages. For the other sections, the headers should say the gardens, or for the last chapter, Pet's Corner. Make sure on every header you break the automatic link to the previous header. We're happy for the footers to continue because those want to continue. We're not bothered about the section breaks there. Okay, good luck with it. You will find many people, when they're doing this, they need to go over and over again because they might have forgotten to press link to previous. So be aware and make sure you're checking it at the end. Okay, so I've finished mine. Let's see if this works. On the first page it should have been no header, correct, and date in the middle of the footer. Got that. Next chapter was history. What we should find is that the chapter names hopefully will change in accordance to the name of the chapter, and the should also alternate from the left or right of the page, and that includes page numbers as well. So let's have a look. On the left we've got history and the page number, then history and page number, then on the left we're on the house, we've got the house and the page number, the house and the page number on the right, still on the house, everything working perfectly so far. The header clearly says the gardens, again the gardens, alternating perfectly, and finally we've got the Pet's Corner, and again everything's just as planned. Excellent. Right, so what we want to do with that is to save it as headers 2. So file, save as, let's call it headers 2, and then we're done.